And just before we begin here, just want to recognize all of you to here bright and early. We have Walter from Peru. Great to have you here. We have Bakshir from Bangladesh. Great to have you here, Bakshir. And I know you're doing phenomenal with the Boss Street training. Great. I know you've done all the trainings. Well done, well done. Jim, great to have you here from Nova Scotia. Welcome. We have Vicky. Great to have you here. We have Courtney from Ontario. We have, let's see here, Maripol from Ottawa. Welcome. We have Two Sweets. Great to have you here from Michigan. We have, let's see here. We have Kamlesh. Great to have you here. Welcome. We have Gary. Welcome, Gary. We have Brian and Bob. Regeneration Zone. Great to have you here. Bonjour Lucie. Bonjour Sylvie. On devrait dire bonsoir. Gregory Schmidt. Great to have you here. And Carlton. Great to have from the UK. Wonderful. So, Tammy, is there anything else you want to share before we introduce our guest speaker tonight?
I'm just always excited when something new's happening. We're really excited that Joel has spent time to put this all together for all of us. So he's here to share some exciting news about it. I know there's a lot of guests that are on this evening. So Joel, take it away.
Yeah, well, actually, just want to introduce, some of you might be brand new. Joel is the CEO of GotBackup, and we've met Joel a few years back. Well, let me rephrase that. In the years of 2000 or so.
Many years back.
Yeah, many years, watching the kids grow up.
Yeah, just a wonderful guy. So, Joel, great to have you here. Please go ahead and take the floor.
Yeah, well, thank you, guys. As for those of you who don't know, to the guests, I just joined GotBackup today, and I'm really impressed. No, just kidding. Anyway, nice to have you guys here. Thank you, Tammy and Chris. Guys, you know, if you're on my webinar this morning, if you were or weren't, I couldn't be more excited because, you know, our software has matured to the point where it's going to be better than Dropbox, right? And Dropbox is the industry standard and simpler than Dropbox, cooler features than Dropbox, more value than that. And yeah, it's like, it was a big learning curve for us guys, because even though we have a great development team, the way I like to explain it is, let's say you're an airline mechanic. Well, if you go and start working on a helicopter, you're going to know the ins and outs a bit, but it's going to be a learning curve. You know, over the years, we've done great software development in video streaming, in conferencing, in web hosting, in other software tools, autoresponder tools, and getting into cloud storage was something that was new for us, but we were up for the challenge. And, you know, the challenge was simply this, guys. When you're backing up your one computer or a couple of friends or a couple hundred for that matter, you know, it's not too big of a deal. But now we're a little over 70,000 now. And backing up that many devices is a challenge. And so the good news is we really hired the right consultants. We ended up hiring some people that used to work at Dropbox. You know, I don't want to get them in trouble or whatever, but we really learned a lot on how to set up the infrastructure. And so it's just unbelievable at this price point, at the price point, and unbelievable on the features. Our last few features are going to be coming out in the next week or two. And watch out, guys, the co-op advertising we're going to do. You will see GotBackup so much all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other social media that you're going to be like, I can't get rid of these guys. And, you know, someone who's done a really, really good job with that relative to social media, you look at people like Alex Hormozy and stuff like that, where they, you know, they're putting out 35,000 pieces of content every single year. That is exactly what you're going to start seeing with GotBackup relative to our new funnel. By the way, the new funnel, which is the 24/7 autopilot, is off the charts, guys. And the last thing I want to say before, you know, we turn things over, I was looking at a post from Eric Worre today talking about the phenomenal transition and changes that network marketing are seeing. And it can either be a black hole or it can be the start of something exciting and extremely new. And what I mean by that, you know, we're so ingrained in the old school ways of network marketing, which you need to have a great upline and great support. What you really need in today's market, not that you don't want great support and a great upline, because Chris and Tammy are some of the best, and we have some other amazing people, but let's face it, 90% of people are busy with their lives, so they're not there to support you. You don't really need a sponsor. What you need is a perfect system to do the selling for you. do the telling, the selling, and it's working out really, really well. Right now, we're at a 4% conversion from free to paid. My goal is to get that to 10% conversion, and it's just going to be amazing. So relative to the revenue that's coming in, right now, each lead that comes in through the new funnel is worth about $4 in profit that we're making already. So the conversions are there. I'm working, testing and tweaking, doing A/B split testing right now to try to get that to 10%. I believe I can do so, which means for every 100 people that take a look at it, 10 people are going to be joining, and maybe we'll get more than that. But people are loving the new funnel, which is really, guys, just a new commercial. And what I said on the webinar today, people are like, okay, I still don't get it. You don't have to. All you have to do is send out your link on Facebook, Instagram, other social media. Of course, when we get into the co-op advertising, we'll generate leads for you guys as well, and let the system take care of the rest. And it's a big paradigm shift. Like I see network marketers from the old school, including myself, saying, but Joel, upline is so important. Yes, it's important, but it's no longer needed. Why? When you have a perfect system that does the selling and telling for you, what you end up with is leads, and leads turning into sales. So super excited, guys. This coming year, this coming summer, these coming 6 months, I can see us truly double and tripling in size. The momentum is building. And the most important thing, people are loving the software. And when you come down to that, like, what a no-brainer. Back up every single device that you have for you and 5 other family members for less than $10 per month. It's unbelievable. So it's thanks to all the people on this webinar, the leadership, the patience that you guys have had. And again, even though the software is darn near perfect now, we will continue for years and years and years to just keep making it better and better and better for you all. So Chris, Tammy, love you both so much. You're doing an amazing job as top leadership in the company. And again, I don't want to not say anything to anybody else. People on this call, thank you for everything that you guys are doing. I still have my head down, working really hard to make the best product in the world. And trust me, guys, when you have the best product in the world, people start talking about it anyway, irrespective of an opportunity. And that's when we're going to go super viral. So Chris, Tammy, over to you guys. I have some of my software development team that I flew in from Ukraine with us here at my home. So that's why I can't stay on the webinar. And that's why I wanted them here. I wanted to be belly to belly, face to face, explaining the vision, explaining where we're going, and explaining what we need to do with this software. So over to you guys. Thank you very, very, very much to both of you and to everybody on the call. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joel.
Joel.
This
Enjoy
absolutely wonderful. And Tony, congratulations. Just want to acknowledge that you got your first new signups 4 hours ago. That's wonderful. Excellent, excellent. Well, Joel, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And
yeah,
I know you guys.
Sorry I can't stay, guys. It's just that I do have people who flew in all the way from Ukraine, which is not exactly too close. So I'll bow out now. Thank you for everything that you guys do. And I'll certainly be on some more webinars in the near future. So have a great time, guys. You're in great hands. They're going to give you a great presentation. Just click on that call to action later. Join. You won't regret it. You're going to love it. So take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Joel.
So folks, again, just wanted to kind of bring into perspective here. We are presenting an opportunity that is growing fast, and the features and the tools and the income associated with it. It's such a wonderful environment for all of us to build a really nice source of income. So Tammy, why don't we begin? How did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, well, Chris kind of shared a little bit earlier that we've known Joel for many years. And he contacted Chris and I because he was working on this new project that he had just launched. And this was 2 years ago in April, and it's May now. And that's when he connected with us in May. And he was telling us this project was really blowing up. It was exploding. So I think at that time there was 24 international markets that were on board, and because we've known each other for so long, we watched him have huge success in the online world. And Chris and I build this network marketing world the old school way, where we didn't have social media, and and we just kind of watched each other over the years. We finally had a look at his new project. And like you're going to see this evening, once we saw this, it was such a no-brainer for us to make a decision to come on board. We've been running for 2 years with it, having a blast, and you're going to love what you're going to hear.
Absolutely. And folks, the reason why we again decide and ditto to everything Tammy shared is Tammy and I have built friendship from all over the world because of what we were doing for a living for many, many decades. So we saw an opportunity to empower families with a global opportunity with a price point that everyone can afford. So we saw potential for massive growth and success. And we saw where people can actually turn their dreams into reality. Just like these pictures on the bottom of your screen here, you can see here the father kind of showing off the set of keys because they brought in a brand new home because of this family that he has. And what about traveling where you want to opposed to where you can afford to? As you know, today with the economy, folks have a lot of question mark on, can we go here? Can we afford this? Can we afford that? Well, what if that was not an issue? What about having new members of the family? We know today the price of the cost of living just with food and gas and everything else have increased so much that people are questioning, can we afford another family member, which that should never be a question based on the money. It should be on the fact that if you want 4 or 5 or 10 kids, then you want 10 children, right? At the end of the day, I know that we don't live in this kind of community anymore. My point in saying here, folks, is to have the freedom of choice. And here's the last point on the far right. You saw the man holding a little tree here, which represent your retirement funds. We know that a lot of retirements have been slushed because of the conditions that is going on with our economy today. And folks, always remember that what goes down always goes back up. But the timing may not be right for people based on a certain age group that are depending on that. What if we can create another stream of income that can feed this? And this is why we got really passionate about it.
Yeah, it's all about helping average people to dream again and to build something that they could pass on to their families. And that's why Chris and I joined the network marketing model, is because we wanted freedom. We wanted to turn our dreams into reality. And now we're living this lifestyle for many years because of the industry. And we know it's possible because we're just average people who made decisions. We didn't want to be part of the system. We wanted to create our own life, our own dream life.
I totally agree. And a little bit of background, folks, from the company is it began in 1997. It's around the area where I met Joel and in Gatineau, Quebec. And I remember Joel telling me that at the time they were just starting and they were growing their clientele so much that they couldn't, the fiber optic underground that was where they were living couldn't support the growth that they were seeing. And that's why they moved in Texas. And he moved it into a 10,000 square feet data center, which, by the way, today, this is a debt-free company. This is paid in full. So that's something that we thought was very, very attractive. So instead of me getting into the details as to how this data center looks like, let me kind of give Joel a chance to share from a video that he prepared for us. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. if you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So that was a small segment for you just to get a feel for what's going on. But obviously, there's a lot more to that video. If you go, you can watch it right into your extra promo tool from your back office of GotBackup. So back to the presentation here, folks. There's 2 trends that are very important to consider. If you invest time and money, it's important that you understand where the future is going, what's happening. You can actually see that by some of the tendencies that we're going to be covering here. So Tammy, let's start with this one.
Yeah, and they say data is the new oil. So you can see trend number 1, data, 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 data. We're filling up our devices like crazy in today's world. You can see there's almost 15 billion devices out there in the world. And what are everybody doing? Taking pictures, taking videos, and they want to secure all of that stuff. And yeah, that's why I get so excited about what we have to offer.
I totally agree, Tammy. And if you look at the numbers here, and I know that's in a bit of an older slide, but I want you to see the trend that went on from 2011 to 2023 from 6% in global mobile traffic to 60%, folks. This is a very strong indicator where the trends are going. Here's another one. Size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022, from 2030, 90 billions in revenue to 472. That's close to $500 billion. And folks, I think this is conservative. It's going to be more around the $750 billion, or I should say of a trillion. And I truly believe that because of, again, the devices, and especially this slide over here, the cell addiction.
Yeah, we're using our devices all the time for everything. As a matter of fact, we're here in Florida. We were talking with Joel a little bit before the presentation. We're going back to Canada in a couple weeks, but we're constantly keeping an eye on property on our device. You know, we set our alarms. We do all kinds of things, pay our invoices, everything on just with a tap, right? So we all know that is a massive trend, and everybody's got devices attached to their hips today. And if they don't, they're searching for their phones.
I totally agree.
It's massive.
And this comes with also a bit of a concern of data loss. You know, 45% of cell phone users have actually damaged their cell phones or lost their data. Think about it, folks. This particular device here contains every single pictures and memories that you've been taking, right? We don't use Kodak anymore, if you understand my meaning. Everything is digital. What if you lose that? So today you have to back your stuff up, and people are losing. This is close to half, 45%. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones are stolen every 43 seconds. We understand the pain that it caused by losing those expensive devices, but losing the data inside, that's a piece of your soul. That's quite serious. Here's
Yeah.
another irritating message.
A friend
that
of
we hear
mine
constantly.
was telling me she lost her wedding pictures. That's devastating.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're all getting these messages. This is no surprise to any of us. It's annoying because we know we have to either take the time and start deleting stuff, or we need to pay more. So that's why GotBackup is such a huge opportunity for every single one of us, especially families.
Yeah. And you know what, Tammy? I know we helped a friend of ours who, right,
Yes,
she backed
yes.
up her
Thank
entire
you.
cell
Yeah.
phone into the cloud, and then
Mhm.
she's able to remove all the pictures from 2019 and prior. They're all in the cloud. Obviously all the pictures are there, even up to 2025, but the fact is she wanted to keep some in there, but now she has all the space in the world to be able to take new pictures. You
Yeah,
see what I
she
mean?
left a message in gratitude today over that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact here, the second global trend, folks, is to make more money. So this is the only cloud storage that will actually pay you the kind of money that we're going to be sharing with you here. So the fact here is people are looking for opportunities. 42% of Americans have side businesses. The 62% of Gen Z, these are our children, 18 to 25, have side businesses. I know my kids do. What about the rest of the world here, folks? This is what we're talking about. You can leverage these global trends with GotBackup. And as GotBackup keeps getting better and better and better, folks, this is getting very excited. So, Tammy, let's kind of summarize a little bit of what we have here as a product for the inline users.
Yeah. So you get 6 terabytes of data storage with GotBackup. And on your account, you can have 5 additional members. So you can see 6 accounts. Each one has their own password. You can even decide how much terabyte you want to give, or gigabyte, whatever you want to give a member. And they don't even have to live in the same household, which is phenomenal. Unlimited devices, all this for $10 a month. I mean, I was super excited about the business, but the 6 terabytes, the 6 people on one account, I was thinking about all the families that I knew that could really benefit from this high value.
I totally agree. And if you look at the competitors, the big three here, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, they're all within $10 a month. If I may round this off, they all have 2 terabytes. So the fact here is we're offering 3 times that for the same amount, right? And it goes beyond that, folks. There's way more than a cloud storage. Just stick around. We're going to show you what we have here to offer. If we move on to the yearly packages, and the reason why people like the yearly package, it's because you can back up everything 6 terabytes, and you can save 2 months. So you're getting November, December for free if you pay for the year. So unbelievable value. So you're looking at iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive. It's $360, $660, and $216. Again, 6 terabytes and 5 terabytes. Now, don't quote me on these exact numbers because things could change a little bit here. But you understand that we are just under $100 for 6 terabytes, and there's so much more to it than that. So tell me, let's summarize what we got here for the Enline user.
Yeah, I'm just sending a message to Carol. The answer is absolutely yes. She was mentioning she had a new PC. So GotBackup, you get 6 terabytes, 3 times more than the competitors for $9.97 a month. You can choose to pay yearly. We'll show you that in a minute. And it includes up to 6 people on one account, and use any device. You saw the security. You can see right there on the slide that there is a 30-day money back guarantee. But honestly, when people get their system set up, which is super simple, Chris is going to show you, why would anybody want to cancel to have less terabytes with another server? So it's such a no-brainer. When I saw this, I knew that so many people were going to come on board. We haven't even started yet.
I totally agree, Tammy. And folks, you see, this is the only cloud storage, as I said earlier, that will pay you. Making money with GotBackup is a lot of fun. So, Tammy, let's kind of summarize the 7 ways on how we get paid with GotBackup.
Yeah, so the first three are highlighted for a reason because that's building the foundation, which is really important. And the rest are bonuses. Chris is going to briefly go through those bonuses this tonight. So let's go ahead, Chris. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short. This is when you send your link to somebody, they're interested, they sign up. You're going to get 200% upfront if they decide to do the $9.97. Most people do the $99.97 because they save a couple months of payment. You'll get 50% up front, which is huge. You know, an extra 50 bucks every time somebody signs up for the year is awesome. And then you get 25% on any, you know, of the packages that they're going to be rolling out in the future. You see on the bottom part is 25% for customers, and that's ongoing. So let's just share a couple examples with everybody, Chris. So direct referrals are people who sign up, members who sign up. So let's say you have 20 people who decide to sign up with the $9.97. You're going to get 200% up front. So that's $20 times 20 people. That's $400 in commission. So imagine if you're getting 50% on 20 people. So it's really, really great money. And I know everybody's looking for that fast money today. 20 customers, same idea, you know, you get 25%, and this is ongoing. So let's say they did the 10 bucks, let's round it off, 10 bucks, you get 250. And if you have 20 people, that's 50 bucks every month ongoing.
I totally agree. And the second way we get paid, folks, is once you get people in, now you can start working on the back end on the residual income. And I'm going to talk about the cycle earning. And there's a 2-team tree. There's a left team and a right team. So that you bring in 2 people, I think you're bringing 1,000 people or 500 people, they have to go on one side or the other. You see, and that's what makes it really exciting. As you see, the direct, the indirect is someone that was above you that is happen to be sponsoring someone in your line of sponsorship because it's the same leg. Just as you sponsored the direct, you know, the yellow circle underneath the indirect, that would be your personal that indirect benefits from. So that's the benefit of the 2-team. Now let me explain to you the second way we earn is the cycle bonus. There's 2 tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 2, it's like 3 times as much as tier 1. So you want to be tier 2, and I'll show you on a few slides later exactly how that works. The steps, number 1 is you need to be active. So every month you either pay for the year, the company will just keep you active for 12 months, or you pay monthly, whatever the situation may be, just like you have any annual subscription or monthly subscription, like your Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Apple, in, you know, Disney Plus, whatever that could be for you. Number 2 is enroll 2 people. That's the key here to qualify to earn your cycle bonus. You need to have 1 person on your left team and 1 person on your right team. The moment that occurs, number 2 is complete. Number 3 is to earn a cycle, the system needs to see there is 6 people in your business in a ratio of 4-2. What does that mean? Well, there is 4 people on one side, 2 people on the other side, where at least 2 of them came from you personally. Okay. The question here is, how many do you want in your team? So that's why the system and the funnels, and stick to the end. I'm going to show you the funnel. It's really, really awesome. But folks, what's the value of one cycle? It's based on the company's profitability, and it's also based on your rank, as I mentioned earlier, for tier 1 and tier 2. So the number 3, this is really, really exciting, folks, because this is every single time you introduce someone to GotBackup that are cycling, like we've just explained to you, well, you can earn a matching cycle. So what that means is you have to be a sapphire for that. These are ranks I'm going to share with you in a moment, that as you reach these rank, that's when you qualify to get all these extra bonuses, up to 7 bonuses out there. So 25% from every single person you've introduced to GotBackup is going to be paid to you, up to $1,000. So that's a cap. It's not $1,000 you're earning, it's a cap. So the point here, folks, is if, let's say, you're sponsoring 10 people, 200 people, some have sponsored thousands. I'm not kidding, folks. They're professional recruiters through their email marketing system. Now, think about this, folks, from $1,000 up to $20,000 on every single person you're bringing to the business. I'm not saying you're going to make that. What I'm saying is this is a ladder of possibilities. This is huge. Do you understand? And again, to bring this to perspective, Think of Dropbox, who has 700 million users. Just take a little tweezer of that into your business. You are set for life. Do you understand what I'm talking about? This is very powerful. The other 4 bonuses are bonuses that are going to be paid to you as you reach these qualifications, which I'll touch on as we move forward. Absolutely amazing. So Tammy, let's talk about the simple system that people need to duplicate to get to the results we're talking about.
Yeah. And as Joel was sharing earlier, it's all about systems. And the simpler you can make a system, the faster it duplicates within the organization. So the first goal is obviously to sign up, get your position, and then send your link out to people, whether it's social media or people you know. And when a couple people sign up, you put one on the left, one on the right, just like Chris shared with you on the 2-team structure. And then you go out and do the same thing, get 2 more people. And then while you're out getting the 2 more, you help your 2 go through the same process. They get signed up. They are each going to get their 2 people. So you can imagine how fast this is growing if everybody's doing 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And all of this is getting duplicated and everybody's bringing 2 more. So I get super excited on this system because we're watching the organizations just explode. So it's $20 for an annual fee. And you'll get your website. We're going to show you everything that you're going to get. Plus, you decide whether you want to do it monthly or yearly. You have a choice. We highlighted the yearly because a lot of people just decide to go yearly to save a couple months of payments. And let's face it, in today's world, we all want deals, right? So you can choose which one you want to get started.
And folks, we are currently in 157 countries. What does that mean? Is that GotBackup is serving 157 countries. These are people that live in these markets that are actually using GotBackup. That is really cool. Many of them are building the business, and actually that's entirely up to you. And it's a wonderful, wonderful product. And the other thing that's really important, folks, is recognition and achievement. And I was mentioning to you, I will talk to you about the ladder on how you can maximize on all these commissions. Well, as a bronze, you sponsor 1 person in your business. As a copper, this is what Tammy was talking about. Sponsoring 1 on your left, 1 on the right. The moment you accomplish that, you are a copper. And when duplication happens in your business, and that's what Tammy talked about, duplication, then you will see that your status will move as a silver. That means that someone that you brought in or someone that they brought in, either one became copper, boom, you become a silver. And then you become a gold when you have sponsored 5 people into your business. And out of that, 3 became copper. So that means it could be the people you brought in or someone that they brought in. As long as there's 3 out of your people and there's a total of 25 people in your team, you become a gold. Now you start earning number 1, number 2, number 3, and also number 4. Not number 3, sorry. You're getting number 4. So number 4, that's a generation bonus. So every time GotBackup sees that there's a $10 charge in your business, doesn't matter if it's personal or not, you get 2.5%. This accumulate, folks. And as a platinum, you remember when I talk about tier 1 and tier 2? Tier 2 in your cycle, it's almost 3 times as much as tier 1. So you want to be a platinum. That means that you got 4 people that are duplicating. It's not that much. And you have a total of 4. You have a total of 40 people in your team, and you've sponsored 10 people in your business. When that happens, you become a platinum. Folks, this is really, really awesome. And the next level I want to talk about is Sapphire. Remember when I talk about the matching cycle? Every time someone you sponsored or cycling, you earn a percentage from 25% to 100% that can go from 1,000 up to 20,000. Well, that is when you become a Sapphire, you start accumulating that. And then as an emerald and rubies and diamonds and blue and red and black diamond, then you start maximizing the entire compensation plan. Folks, this is where it is so important to understand the duplication process. Let's talk about the support that's offered here, Tammy.
Yeah, so you have personalized referral links, and Chris is going to show you the new one. That's so cool. I sent it out to several people on Saturday, just blown away on the people who responded right away in the sign up. Personalized landing page is what you're going to get. You have an email marketing system that is built in. You can create your own emails, or you could get the company to create your emails and there's a fee for that, but hey, it's automated, right? So, which is cool. And you've got marketing tools, you've got regular online presentations. Tonight is the company's presentation. There's lots of teams that are doing different presentations, different languages, and there's also team trainings as well. So as Joel said, you don't really need an upline to be there with you holding your hand 24 hours, because this is really automated. And that's one thing I really loved about this when I saw this whole system.
I totally agree. And every Friday morning, Tammy and I do a presentation, and every Saturday we do a training to explain to you. And this Saturday, we're going to be talking about how we utilize the new funnel, and I highly recommend for you guys to attend. And folks, this is a product that everyone needs in a business that everyone can afford. That's what makes it so attractive. If you are brand new here, just go to GotBackupLive.com. GotBackupLive.com and start right now. If you were here as a guest, someone invited you here, they send you a link. That link will tell GotBackup that this link came from the person who invited you here, and they will receive the credit for your enrollment. And the same thing will happen to you when you invite someone to look at this presentation, folks. So go to GotBackupLive.com right now and enroll. And the system will recognize who invited you based on the fact that they send you this link. Otherwise, get back with the person and let them know that you are ready to get started. What's the next step? And folks, at this time, what I want to do is I want to share with you how it looks on the back end. So now you signed up, you're in the system. This is what it looks like over here. So you can see your rank, you can see the support here, you can see these tools. We're just going to focus on these two links to use this tool and the reseller tool. Okay. So when you click on use this tool, it will take you here. Okay, this is how much of my cloud storage that I'm using. Yes, I need to clean a few things, but the fact is I have 4 computers that are backed up. And I know earlier there was a question, Michelle, can you actually restore? Was it Carol? I'm sorry. Yes. Can you restore? Yes, you can certainly bring files back into the new computer. Absolutely, we can do all of that. And there's many trainings that are on the YouTube channel of GotBackup that explains that. But this is what it is. This is what you need to be aware here, folks. This is a software that you need to install the software for your computer. This one over here, you saw earlier a little video that was for your cell phone. You can click on this button, or personally, I would just go to the Apple Google Play Store or the Apple Store and just go ahead and look for GotBackup, download it, follow the instructions, and everything starts, and your phone's going to be backed up to your cloud automatically. Really, really awesome.
And there's simple instructions, by the way. You don't have to be a techie. Just follow the instructions on the video step by step, and everything will work out. Yeah.
When you click on your auto login over here, it will take you to your, it will take you to, I didn't do it yet. Okay, so if I click on the auto login, it's going to literally take you to my cloud. Okay, so these are my 3 computers. Now, the reason why I say 4 is because you see here 2.47 terabytes is because my computer that's behind me over here, that's the one that I was presenting for since 2018. Now I've upgraded to the MacBook Pro M4 Max, and I say I want to use the same backup. So it's using the same backup and adding the new files in here. So that's why I got 2.47 terabytes. I bought a very big hard drive. So, and the nice thing here, and this button, you won't see this now, but this is coming really, really soon. When you click on show files, it's going to show your entire computer here. If I click on user and you go here, you can see this is my entire computer and all my files, my desktop, my documents, my downloads, my libraries, everything is in here. Really, really cool. Now, this laptop here is the one that's in Toronto, Canada. We left last year. We've been in Daytona Beach since then. So that's why the date is back in December 31st, 2024. This computer over here, this one here, I don't use it often lately. I don't put new files. That's why in May 15 was the last backup, because there's nothing new in there. So let's carry on. So now I'm going to check my cell phone. So this, if you had an Android, it would say Android upload. As the video said earlier, I have an iPhone. So it says iPhone upload. I click on that, and here all the years, if I go to 2024, that's a full calendar year. You can see from January to December, all my files are there. If I go back to 2025, those of you who's been watching us presenting for many years, you can see here that in January, there was only one directory here. And every month, a new directory gets created because I take pictures regularly every single month, and it just get automatically added on to the cloud. Really, really awesome. If I go back to my collaborate and share, these are directories that are here because I can drag and drop. I can go into my local drive and drag a directory or drag a file right into this place here and bring them all here. So these are all files that I can share with every one of you. And this is the collaborate and share. So what's happening here, I can go into any of these files over here, and I can go and, for example, I can share with you any of those that I use for our presentation. I can turn around, I can click on that, I can preview, I can get a link, I can share with all of you, and we can also collaborate if it's a document. So this is really, really, really awesome here, folks. So let me go forward here. If you go into the reseller tools, these are all the tools that you are using to promote your business. This one is the older version, which is still a very good tool that converts very well, which explains the story of GotBackup, which is a bit older. Okay, it's an older commercial, but works very well. This one over here, it's really good if someone wants to sign up right now. You just click on this link. Obviously, that will be your ID, and then they can enroll automatically by clicking the links. And if I go down over here, these are good links for Facebook ad campaigns. You can use these ones over here. These are if you want to use those ones for someone wants to try it for 7 days, not a problem. This is the brand new system. This Saturday, we're going to talk about it right now. This is the brand new funnel. Absolutely awesome. It's a really good system that automates your entire operation. You just have to make sure that this link, that's a domain that I created. This is the link that was based on my ID that you would probably have also. So the fact here is you would promote that link to your audience, and then from there, the system will take care of the rest. Really, really, really awesome. What else do I want to share? I think that's all I wanted to share when it comes to this over here. And folks, I really recommend for you to show up for our Saturday trainings because we go through all of these, the lead capture and all the tools that are available, your business and everything else. We have many, many recordings that are here. So folks, at the end of the day, we have an amazing opportunity here, a great product, a wonderful service that can really, really support our community by backing up their files, backing up their pictures and videos in the same time to get compensated with a wonderful income stream. So as we end, Tammy, is there any last thing you want to share with the audience?
Well, if you haven't made a decision yet, I think it's now time to make that decision and hop on board. I mean, for the price point, it's such an easy decision to make. And we're growing fast. And you heard from Joel all the new things that are going to be coming, the features. And that's one thing that I mean, we've known him for a very long time, and he always evolves. He's a guy that's always up to speed on everything that's going on. We're going to, like he said, we're going to be dominating the social media platform, and you'll want to be part of this.
Wonderful. Well, folks, listen, have yourself a wonderful evening, and we will see you on Friday morning if you want to join us for a presentation very similar to this one. And on Saturday, we're going to be talking about the brand new funnel. So everybody have yourself a great evening. Thank you very much for joining us, and really appreciate all of you. Good night.
Good night.